Hey everyone, so today I will talk about, I will continue in section 4.2, and in this way we're gonna keep going with the problem of the income tax. Um, so what is the tax on an income of exactly 74,200, and which line in the table should be used, line 3 or line 4? So in here you can notice that for line 3, 74,200 is actually higher, the highest amount of this level. So if you use line 3, you have to use the form for T of x at 3, 4, 200 will be equal to the base tax. So what's the base tax? Which is 4,220. So 4,220. And then you plus with the rate, multiply, the rate is 25, which is 25%. 0.25, you multiply the with the amount over, which means you take 74,200, subtract for the lowest amount of this level. So we is 30650, and you should gonna come up with the answer. Use a calculator. You should have answer as 15,107.50. Okay, you can check that. Okay, so that is the tax that you have to pay if you use the information from line 3. What about if you change to work with line 4? And remember that in line 4, 74,200 is the lowest income for this level. So I say line 4. And you will use T of 74,200 will be equal to, now you're going to use the base tax as 15,107. 15,107.5. And then you plus with the rate is 0.28. And then you multiply it with, you take the amount over, which is, you take, so you have 7,4,200. You subtract for itself because it is the lowest amount of this level. So I'm gonna have this will be equal to 0, right? And so then I will easily have T of 74,200 will be equal to 15,107.5. So then this should be the answer. And also this should be the answer. Compared to this answer, they actually equal each other. So so either using line 3 or line 4, you're still gonna come up with the same answer, but you will use different base tax and different rate and different the amount over. Okay. So let's move to the next page. Okay, so this is electricity charge Electricity usage is measured in kilowatt hours. The monthly electricity bill consists of base charge, $10 for the base charge, and it plus with 0.12 for each kilowatt. So this actually like a fixed cost, and this like a variable cost in the cost function. Let's see. So used to but this is used up to 500 only, right? So say if we use above 500, right, then the rate now change to be 0.18. So now I say here's V1, here's V2. So remember that if you have like if you use more than 500, then the rate now change to be 0.18. Okay, so now we're gonna find the cost for using X kilowatt. Okay, firstly we're gonna try to find for 500 kilowatts. Okay, so base charge will be what? $10 easily. Oh, actually, I'm gonna write it over here. $10. And now charge for 500 kilowatt at a rate of 0.12. So I'm gonna set 0.12 and multiply with 500. So then what I'm gonna have? And use calculator. You should have $60. So $60. So total charge will be, you add them up. So 10 plus 60 will equal to sorry, 70. And the answer had to be $70. Okay. Now that is for 500 kilowatt. The charge for 500 kilowatt. What happened if I gonna say for okay. Now if I gonna say I'm gonna use X kilowatt and assume X is less than 500, less than or equal to 500. So as I will still use the rate for that range is 0.12 per kilowatt. So now let's try to find the cost for X kilowatts, with X is less than or equal to 500. Base charge still is $10. And charge for X is gonna be 0.12 times with X. That's equal to 0.12X. And then total charge will be right at 0.0.12X plus with 10. I usually like to write the term with variable first, then the constant term. Okay, so if a conclusion, if X is in between 0 and 500, so you will have the charge function will be 0.12X plus 10. Okay, so let's move that. So now we come up with a question that if you use 800 kilowatts instead of 500, right? Now it's higher than 500. So what you gonna pay? How much you gonna pay? So beta still $10, and for the first 500 kilowatts, so you had to pay 0.12. You multiply with 500, right? And that's gonna be 60. So you have to pay $60 for the first 500 kilowatt. And how many more kilowatts that you still use is it's gonna be in the subtract for 500, which is 300. So so you should know that 800 equal to 500 plus 300, right? So the first five is different rate, is 0.12, and the 300 later will be based on 0.18. The rate is 0.18 multiplied with 300. So then use a calculator, you will have what? 54. Okay, so total charge will be you will add all them up, and then now you're gonna have 4 and then 12, $124. So this will be $124. Okay, so now we wanna decide to find if x is greater than 500. Yeah, okay, with the amount of kilowatts that greater than 500. How much and what is the equation you have to pay for that? So still weight charge is $10. First, for the first 500, you should use 0.12 multiplied by 500, because x right now is greater than 500, so the first 500 has to pay by 0.12, so that's gonna give you $60. And then now for the rest after 500 kilowatt, you have to use a new rate at 0.18. You multiply with, okay, now what's the rest? You're gonna take x minus for 500, and that will give you you're gonna do distribution, so 0.18 of x minus with, okay, let's see, use a calculator. What do we have? 0.18 multiplied by 500. So now you're gonna have 90. Okay. So the total charge, you're gonna add all them up. So then you have let me write is as 0.18 x minus 90 plus 60 plus 10. So then you will have 0.18 x minus, so that negative 90 plus 60 plus 10 will be negative 20. So this should be the equation that you had to pay for x for the kilowatt that greater than 500. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about the notation for the piecewise function. Okay, so so in here you will have two case for function of ex. The first case that you want to have x is between 0 and 5, and then the rate become 0.12, and the base I'm gonna say the cost base is gonna be $10. Um, for the case that's x greater than find us, you also have to write in another equation here. I think this equation is having simplified, so let me simplify it. So if x will be equal to, so you need to draw like a, I don't know what it's called, but just say like a curvy racket, and first one not change at all, so 10 plus 0.12x. If x is in between 0 and 5, that's inclusive. And the second case, if you try to simplify, so let's do it in a side, so say 70 plus 0.18x minus 0.18 minus times 5, that's going to be 90. So then that will be equal to 0.18x minus 20. So that is exactly the equation that I have above here. So we're going to have 0.18x minus 20 if x is greater than 500. Okay, so that should be the piecewise function of the cost for the electricity. And remember that piecewise function will usually have at least more than or equal to 2 formula for, I mean, for PZ, the case of x. So let's move down, see what do we have next. Okay, now we're gonna have practice problem for water charge. Okay, so we have American Water supplies water to Ventura County. Water usage is measured in units of 100 gallons, and they say that 1 unit is equal to 100 gallons. So the monthly total water service rate related charge calculate as follows. Firstly, you have to pay for the water service charge, which is 9.03. It's fixed, and then there is several rate for each K. That firstly, if for the first 90 units, so I'll say that this K is less than greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 90, right? For this one, the new rate is 0.6184 for the second 90. So that means what? That means you have from 90 not inclusive, or say exclusive until 180, right? And then the next one is over 180, so say 1, okay, then you have to use the rate as 0.8206. So now let's move down. Question is, what is water charge for using 50 units of water? So first, you have to pay for the water service. Oh my goodness. This water service gonna be how much? I forgot. It's $9 something. 903. So gonna be 9.03. That's right. And remember that for the 50 units, we mean what 50 is less than 90, right? So that means that still in the first 90 units. So you will say you're gonna say charm for 50 units. You're gonna use the rate for the first 90 is 0.4823, and then you multiply it by 50. Multiply by 50. Okay, so maybe I have to move this one more time. And now I'm gonna have use a calculator. We have what? 0.4823 multiplied by 50, 24.115. So 24.115. And then you're gonna add together to get the total 4.03. So 118. Oh, something was wrong. 24.115 plus 9.3, 33.145. So 33.145. So this is the total. Okay. And because this is in amount of money, so usually we allow it to be in a cent. So $30 $3.50. So okay, so now what we have for the 18,000 gallon. What is 18,000 gallon? You have to change it. So that gonna be equal to 180 unit, right? Because 1 unit is 100 gallon. So we have to change it. Change from 18,000 to be 180 units. So now you still have to have like water service, right? You have to say charge for the first 90 unit. So and then charge for the second 90 units, right? Okay, so 180 units will be equal to 90 plus 90. So then you need to you should need only 290 units in the first and the second. All right. So the first So for the water service, you need to pay. Use the other color. Red. So I have $9.03, and then for the first gonna be 0.4823 multiplied by 90. That's gonna give you what? So 0.4823 multiplied by 90, 43.407. 43.407. Then the next second 90 units will be, what's the rate? What's the second one? Gonna be 0.6184 and then 0.826. So, almost. So we have 0.6184 times with the second 90. So that will give you what? Use a calculator again. 0.6184 multiplied by 90, and you have 55.65. 55.656. And now you're gonna add them up, and you will get what? So let's add them up. 43.407 plus 9.03. Then you have 108.093, and that's gonna be the total you had to pay for 180 units. We mean 108. You know what? You write smaller. $108.10. Right. No, actually it's 9 cents. I'm not sure if in the real life if they're gonna round up or round, but I'm gonna say just 10 cents. Okay. Okay, so write a formula for what a service charge if the usage is between 90 and 180 units. Okay, so you have water service. In this case, firstly, I'm gonna say in this case, I don't know how much I did use, but it just say it's gonna be X, and X now just in between 90 and 180, right? So what a service charge still is 9.03, right? For the first charge for the first 90 unit, it will be 0.4823 times with the 90, and that will give you 43.407. Okay, let me move this to here. So okay, so because X is greater than 90, so so I will just write like for the chart for um, for the say amount over, which is x minus 90 unit, right? Because this is the amount over 90, over first 90 unit. So we're gonna have 0.6184 and multiply with x minus 90. And in this case, you're gonna have if you distribution, you're gonna have 0.6184 x and minus for 55.656. Okay. So now you're gonna add them up. And then get down to see if I have some more space. Okay, so it looks like we don't have more. Okay, so I'm gonna just write like total here will be equal to, so you have to add, no, let me move total to here. So 9.03 plus 43.407 minus 55.656 plus 0.618,4x. And if you simplify, you will get, so 9.03 plus 43.407 minus 55.656, and you have you're gonna have 0.6184 x minus for 3219. So that should be the total amount if you use x unit, which is greater than 90 but less than 180 units. Okay. So now let me move to the last page. Okay, this is the last page. So how many, I mean, we see in here is like a bill from a customer. And the question is, how many units of water did this customer use? So you can see over here, which is all units that that's the customer use. So it's gonna be, say, 90 plus 90, the first 90 plus with the second 90, and then plus with 6.84. So what is that gonna be? 180 plus with 6.84. 246.84. 246.84. Okay. So this is the unit that the customer use. You should know that why I know how many units, because each case in here have different rate, right? They have the first rate was for the first 90, the second is for rate is for second 90, and then the last one is for the unit that's greater than 180. So that is things. How many gallons of water did this customer use? Oh, this question is kind of like very easy. You're gonna just multiply the units with 100, then you're gonna get the gallons. So I'm gonna have 246.84 multiplied with 100, then that's gonna be 2,400. No, 24,684 gallon. Okay, so yeah, so you can see down here is where they did calculate for other chart, but mainly this is a chart for the current water service, and actually um, yeah, they don't have charge water just service charge fee. They just have only water usage charge only. Okay, so look like I'm not sure if they uh, let's recalculate if these are adding together equal to 162.95. So you're going to take 43.41 plus 55.66 plus 54.85. Oh, it looks like we have 153.92. So that means it's missing 9.03, which is water service charge. Okay, I think that's all we need for today, and I actually gonna see you next time. Okay.